Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of AD&D Seeker of the Silver Blades Remastered. We're continuing our Iron Man run with the evil thief party, who happen to also be psionics. Okay, so we are in the Black Circle headquarters. Hey there, Bo, welcome in. How are you doing? Doubleheader, you spoil us. Okay, what did we just find? I don't know. See some here. Real quick. Ah, okay. Hang on, I gotta change something real quick. Okay, let's do this again. Death Knights of Kryn scam. Okay, Magic User Scrolls, Cleric Scrolls. I like the Magic User Scrolls. We can't use the Cleric Scrolls. Let's see, what do we have? What's on that? Is it bogus? Oh no. I think Duncan mentioned that the scrolls were broken in Seeker of Silver Blades, so that's a double win for me there. Because now I can fix it. Let me see if any of my other older scrolls worked. Okay, good. So it's the new scrolls. Any scrolls you find in secrets are messed up. Looks like the old ones work fine. Cool. You're doing good, Bo. Glad to hear that. Hey, Duncan, welcome in. How are you doing? Here comes the Wizard Brigade scam. How can you fix it when you can't scribe? Yeah, this should be an easy fix, especially now that I can reproduce it. It's these new scrolls here, found in secret. But I'll do that offline because I don't want to waste stream time fixing it. See a mage finish up a spell, there's a flash of light and hundreds of creatures come charging toward you. Thicken the heaving mass are Umber Hulks, Driders, and Red Dragons. Hold ground. It's illusionary. Attack. Wizard. Troopers, okay. Let's use this wand of lightning bolts. Yep. Version 11.1, that's right. Let's drop some money here. You do not have much movement here. It's carrying too much too. Drop the money. All right, what do we want to use here? Sword of stone cutting sounds good. Tim, we need to hit this magic user. Duncan says, someone questioned me on why there are so many releases, and I had to explain that not everything is a bug fix. When new things are added, new version increases. Yes, that's the majority. I'm constantly adding new features. You are right. And I've had to make changes to the base game. That's when the biggest bugs happen. When I expand like critical aspects of the engine. Like the 2-tile thing, that was a huge change to the engine. So was the when I changed diagonals from being 1, 3, 4, 6 range to all being 1. That was a huge change. When I expand internal numbers that go beyond the capacity of the engine, that's a big change. Anytime I introduce new classes and races, those are big changes. So yeah, ton going on. Guard attack. Duncan says, how dare you use an extra byte? Yeah, and then to make things even worse is when I include new games like Death Knights of Kryn. They change some of the internal instructions and how they work. Not the capacity, but they just totally change it to something completely different. So now you have special exceptions based on the specific game, and then you're mixing in monsters from some of the older games into newer and vice versa. So there's a lot going on. I'm going to go ahead and allow these to flee. Flee. Okay, this is probably going to be a big fight. See if I have any healing potions. You step into a large pool. To the south lay the doors of the inner sanctum. The pool starts to writhe with crimson flashes. The pool is full of red dragon hatchlings. Hatchlings attack. Oh boy. This is gonna hurt. Okay, we really need you to use this wand ice storm before we get obliterated. Ouch. Duncan says, bastard swords are difficult to come by. The best I found is +3 so far. Yeah, they're an interesting item. I made it work, which you probably know, based on how it's supposed to work, where you can use it either one-handed or two-handed. I put in special rules for that. And it does the bastard sword damage if you use it two-handed. Otherwise, it does longsword damage if you use it one-handed. So they give you good flexibility. Okay. Hatchling's attack. 28 damage. Ouch. Man, they got a bite on them. Okay. Man, Sastam's really beat up here. I don't know if I have a way to heal him. Oh, wait. No, hold on. I think he's been resurrected so many times. Yeah, he can't regenerate anymore. He used to have regeneration ability, but we lost that quite a while ago. I'm looking to see if I have any more healing potions. Here we go. Here's one. What's with the double menu you're seeing? It's doubled at the very bottom of the screen. Where? There's no double menu. No, I'm looking at the Twitch output right now. There's no, you might want to refresh your browser or something. Yeah, Bo doesn't see a double. Twitch is probably bugged. Tech Guy Bo says you lose regen if you get resurrected too many times. No, you lose regen if your constitution drops below 20. So, which it is, it's way below 20 now. It's only 17, I think. Yeah, 17. So he lost it quite a while ago. Every time you either get reincarnated or resurrected or raised from the dead, your con drops by 1. Okay. This is going to be rough. I'm assuming this is a big fight, so I'm going to unequip all my weapons so that my speed factor isn't as impacted. Bugged. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Bo. iPhone stopped changing my text. Hey, Car, welcome in. How are you doing? The menu buttons look like they are 3D offset, so a little of the letter above it seems to be off base. What? No, I'm literally looking at what you guys should be seeing on Twitch. It all looks right. So there's something going on with Twitch. Because I'm looking at exactly the output downloading from Twitch and it looks good. So I don't know. I don't know what it's doing to you guys. Try to refresh your browser. It's scamming you. But yeah, I'll check it out, Duncan. But It's not the game I'm looking at right now. There's zero wrong with it. Another Twitch scam. You've entered the inner sanctum of the Black Circle. Mages and soldiers prepare to defend themselves. What do you do? Attack. And hope we get to go first. Okay. This movement, it's killing me. Drop the money. There it is. Thought I remember seeing a wand of ice storm. Yeah, I don't see anything like that, Duncan. There's no problem with the bottom of the menu, the choices. But that is quite bizarre that Twitch is doing that. It's almost like, it sounds like to me it's not drawing the full video and you're only getting, like it's overlaying the top of the video and leaving the menu cropped or something weird. Duplicating. Let's hit this other one. Hey, Hamedic, welcome in. How are you doing? So I don't really understand what you're seeing there, Duncan. That is, I'm not seeing a problem. Even in your screenshot, I don't see a problem. You're having your last drink of the day, Ham? You have a clock back in your room? You're doing okay? Glad to hear it. We have a time traveler. Get him, Bo says. You can't see the line on the bottom, and then the window is being repeated? I see a tiny, tiny line below the button. Okay, I see what you're saying now. You're saying on a button. Okay, I see what you're saying. On the left side, the window is just got like 1 or 2 pixels showing. Okay, let me see if I can see that on my screen. It's not showing on my screen. I wonder if it's OBS thing. Hold on a minute. Ah, it's an OBS thing. Hang on. Let me try to turn one of these off. There we go. Yep. OBS was displaying the video twice. The window, and the first one was like 1 or 2 pixels to the left. I thought you were saying the menu was repeating at the bottom. I'm like, no, I don't see anything. That's funny. Okay, mystery solved. It was not Twitch. It was OBS. SSI programmed the OBS. That's funny. Yeah, it was so small I couldn't see it. It was like a 1 or 2 pixel thing. Hey, Sundog, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, Sundog doesn't see it either. I think Duncan's just got like eagle eyes where he could see that one pixel sliver running down the left side. Okay. Uh, see what we got left. I'm Addict is in a little bit of rough shape, so I don't think I want to get any closer. Let's have him use a wand from back here. The doppelganger is gone. The doppelganger is gone. Tom said the double ganger. That's funny. It's doppelganger. Bo says, according to Home, who is a time traveler and maybe a doppelganger? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ham. You mean Ham? Everybody's having typos. Bose keeps getting auto corrected and auto failed by his iPhone. Hey, Sever, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh boy. Okay, back to the fight. Let's see here. Says, should we charm someone? Oh, it's on cooldown still. I haven't rested long enough. Fair enough. His daily charm person can't be cast again. Why do I have detect magic? How do I have detect magic? Somebody can detect magic. I wonder if Ogre Magi have that ability. I don't remember now. Something's giving me that ability. Tom says it was pretty visible on his 32-inch screen too. He could see the window sliver. Bo says maybe I'm the doppelganger after all. Tech guy Bo is a doppelganger. The heroes are all alive. Yes! We completed Death Knights of Kryn. Not Death Knights. Champions of Kryn. Barely. Due to the scroll use. So we've moved on to Seeker of the Silver Blades. Alright, I think I'm going to keep Hamatic back. Bo says typos are the sign of someone from the Shadow Realm. Bo Guy Tech. Instead of Tech Guy Bo. Ouch. Ouch. Says Tam goes down again. You were there in the end, but you missed the first 15 minutes of this stream, and a lot can happen in 15 minutes. Gotcha. That is true. You can be wiped any minute in an Iron Man run. Backstab. Oh, Mystic goes down. Ouch. This is starting to show Thieves' weaknesses with the armor class not being that great compared to fighters and stuff. Lower hit points and everything too. 31,000 experience and items. That's ridiculous. I see a girdle. $16 strength, 15 strength. Okay, Mystic, we got to trade your girdle over. Give that to Duncan. Okay, now he can pick up more. All these bracers, they're worth so much experience. I'm going to take the things we can use. Yes, go through the portal. Thank you. Hey, Jimmy, welcome in. How are you doing? Wait a minute. Bay Knight's attack? Oh, yeah, that's right. I haven't cleared this area yet. I forgot about that. Okay, we need to go back to town to rest. Oh, no. I forgot. We're going to have to do this fight to get back. Duck. The priests have defeated the mages. Yes, allow them to flee. Okay. Now we can rest. You're trying to mimic Jimmy, huh? Must be some great stuff. And Jimmy says, good job, Hom. I knew I could count on you. And Duncan says the Dread Guards and Legionnaires are going to slice through this party. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we can beat them. In fact, our wands are probably getting really low on charges. I've used them so much. The only possibility is we do have hypnosis, so we can charm some of them. We have that psionic ability. The Ogre Magi once a day can cast Charm Person. We do have Psionic Blast on maybe 2 characters. So those types of things I'm going to have to use. So if I can bring a few of them over to my side, maybe. But it's going to be so hard to penetrate their armor with long swords and daggers. Their chance to hit's so low. But let's go ID all this stuff. Hey, Toothless, welcome in. How are you doing? Jimmy's going to have chamomile tea. Hey, Draconic Dude, welcome in. How are you doing today? Draconic Dude's having lemon ginger tea. So what kind of tea are you having, Hom? All right, let's speed up messaging here. Sell. We want the experience. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take my money and go to Marcus's shop. Because all the excess money I could potentially buy some magic items. Ooh. Okay, that's a +2 longsword. I'll keep a couple extras of those maybe. Make sure I have item damage turned on. I do. Another Girdle of Giant Strength. Nice. Ooh. Bracer's Armor Class 3. Wand of Lightning we can't use, but look at that. 6,000 experience. Thank you. That's Armor Class 4. Armor Class 4. Sell one of these. Someone's going to need Armor Class 3 bracers, I'm sure of it. So he has 4. Let's get all the experience from these. Oh, he has 3 also. Okay, sell this one then. Okay, what about you? Armor Class 3 bracers. Okay. Armor Class 2 bracers. Wow. Toothless says, I foresee a lot of bracers Armor Class 4 in the future. Yeah, it gets ridiculous how many they have. And they're worth so much. Duncan says, it's a secret of the silver blades. It is rare that human enemies don't have magic items. Yeah, they do get a ridiculous amount. Especially bracers. They are so expensive. This is all normal stuff. Wooden harp could have been used by a bard if we had one. Armor Class 4 again. Another +2. Okay. How much experience? 536. So the closest to level up is Ham, and he needs 130,000. All right, we've got a ridiculous amount of money here. Let's see if this scroll's broken too. I won't be able to tell until I leave the shop. Let's see if we can pick up. We can't pick up all the money. So, guess I'll buy a wand of magic missiles, even though I don't want it. Hey, Tim, welcome in. How are you doing? Says, great game. Duncan says, the Rogue, BC Trooper, BC Warlock, and Bainite Cleric have no magic items. Tom says, I am only satisfied if we have a girdle of giant strength. We did get one. Where did it go? Here's an extra one. Let's give that to Ham. He's overloaded. So his strength goes from 16 to 20. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, so I was going to see if this scroll's broken. That one's not broken. Okay. So some of the scrolls you find are broken. But the one we bought there that was probably one of the dynamic ones. It has to be dynamic one. Because it's got precipitation on it. That one's not broken. So they're probably the static in-game ones. Okay, let me check the chat here. If we all get a girdle? Oh, yeah, that's not happening. Tim's doing great, having lots of fun. Nice. Yeah, we got a ridiculous amount of cash. Duncan says he's found enough manuals that his strength exceeds what girdles can provide. Second playthrough with the human party, class changed them. Everyone had Titan strength. Hey, Dick Danza, welcome in. How are you doing? Ah, Duncan, thank you so much. He just gifted a tier 1 sub to Danza. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thanks for giving Danza the shout out too. But yeah, thank you so much, Duncan. Very kind. Hype, hype, hype. Okay. So I got a few backup things here we could put in the vault. Why am I hauling around plate mail +1? Okay, here's another scroll. Let's see what's on it. We have stuff to spend money on. These scrolls. Ooh, monster summoning 3, 4, and Bigby's grasping hand. Oh, what's going on here? A hype train just started. Tim says Duncan rocks everywhere he goes. And Danza says, not bad. Glad to hear that. You're just relaxing after work. Being a manager sucks. Oh, sorry to hear that. Duncan says it's a shame that this is first edition. My 3.5 Paladin and Dungeon Dragons Online has 84 strength. Oh, thanks for the 40 bits on-screen hype, Appreciate it. You guys are just too dang generous. Very kind. Okay, we still got a ton more money. I'm gonna buy 2 of these. I'm gonna start buying 2 in case they're really good spells. Eye bite and animal growth. That's actually not bad. Our level's high enough where animal growth's not going to help that much, though. Let's see what's on these. Monster 71 and Feeble Mind. Okay. Sleep and Monster Summoning 3. Sleep is pretty much useless, but Monster Summoning 3 we could use. That's only got one spell. I'm gonna pass on that. Ah, thanks so much. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Sever just gifted a tier 1 sub to Evening Lament. Thank you so much, Sever. I really appreciate it. Hype. I know, Draconic Dude. Hype all around. Danza says, I did once manage in front of the DM a 100% Cavalier. He was named Willow Weed Whacker. Got him up to 1800 strength, dex, and con. Thanks again, Severb, Ham, and Duncan. I appreciate it immensely. Those are cheap. I'm not going to buy that one. I'm looking for the more expensive because it means there'll be higher level spells. That one's 450 gold. You know what? Let's do this fight. Because we'll get a bigger discount after we kill them. I thought Mr. Spock had a wand, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I gotta turn message speed down. Jimmy says DFortae is a veteran of silly names, so he didn't crack when saying Willow Weed Whacker. That's right. And Danza said we had the module for the Cavalier, the Necromancer, and others. Hey, Cody, welcome in. How are you doing? And Ham, thanks again. What the heck? You just gifted a tier 1 sub to Cody. Investment combat. It is. Look at this. And Sever, another 100 bits. What the heck? Thank you so much. Level 1 hype train completed. Thank you, guys. You're the best. Danza said, LOL, I was like 14, so 1994 was Weed Whacker. I also had a thief called Is Pep? Oh, Pepsi backwards. What the heck? Duncan just gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much. You guys, you're going to give me a heart attack. Lord Valker got one. Goatee Beer. Rukarn. Heisenberg 4602. And Gonzo Cookie. These names. Gosh, thank you so much. Touche, Duncan. He's right. He says DFortae needs the money. He's on fixed income now. Yes. Yes, it's extra, extra appreciated. And that is a true statement. Danza says, boom, chat is on fire. It is. Wow. Holy moly. Level 2 hype train achieved. Blown past. It looks like more emotes are going to get unlocked. I'm not really sure how that works, but we'll see what happens here. Did you guys get new emotes? What the? I'm addict. What are you doing? Thank you so much. Another 5 subs gifted. This stream is going off the rails. I'm never going to be able to complete this battle. Thank you so much. Wow. Old Man Yells at Cloud got a sub. Crimson Katana. Base Jack 1. Fucking Donuts. That's Fuggin. In case you thought I said something else. And Toothless Shark all got subs. Oh my goodness. And Severb, 250 bits. Whoop. Thank you so much. Pod Gang, oops, wrong stream. Yeah, that's Rig's stream, Retro Island Gaming, the pod game. Oh my goodness. Cody says, I think they're handed out after the train. Oh, okay, okay. Not finished yet. Train's still rolling. Wow. Thanks for giving Sever the shout out too, by the way. You mean these new train emotes? Yeah, Duncan got, what are those? Frog Wow, High Hand, I Am Clap, Love, 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 and Me Sweat. Wow. That's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. That's insane. The answer says this is what happens when you remaster a TSR SSI game. Well, I do it for all you guys to have fun. I don't do it for the donations, but that's super, super appreciated. Tremendously. Jimmy says, I think I still have Dude to shout out. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Exactly. Labor of love. That's right. Apologies to everybody on YouTube watching this saying, oh, get on with it. Way too much generosity I have to acknowledge, guys. Okay, let's see here. One device storm. It's going to be a sad day when we use up all these wands. Hamadic goes down. You know what? Let's try some hypnosis here. Let's see if we get anybody charmed. We got 2 charmed. Let's hit this guy. Oh! I just hit my own, the guy I just charmed. I thought it was an enemy. So now it was considered evil. Okay, let's summon some monsters. Right green. Good thing is we are evil party, so it's not that big of a deal. Duncan goes down. Bandage. I was going to try a backstab there. Yes! Throwing cream paralyzed one of them. Hype train success. What is that? Ugh mood. Duncan got Gary Gygax's face? Time to add something to help tell a friend from a faux park. Yeah, I probably should. I probably should like put a highlight around them or something. Maybe make their background different or something. I don't know. Distinguish friendly from foe with some graphic change. That would help when you have all those ogres in your party too. Nice. Thanks for giving Severb the shout out. Hold on. Whoa, I'm way out of chat here. Hold on. Thanks for giving Draconic Dude the shout out. Danza says we had the 4 books of magic items. I have a copy of the brown first one that I saved from A Terrible Fate by borrowing it. That series of books has a lot from Dragon Magazine. Oh, and Hamatic, thanks for the 30 bits for the giant Mega M Lep. Jimmy says Duncan has all the hype emotes by now, I bet. Well, for sure, with all the donations he's given. He says, I have all the emotes from this current release, so I get nothing? Oh, that's what happens? Yes, but you do get high priority on decisions and fixes on the remasters, Duncan. I do give you high priority. Danza says, I say when you highlight a monster, have it say charmed or something. Well, I need to make it where it's a visual where you don't highlight, because it already does that. You'd have to hover over like this. See, it already says all that on the right. So I just need to make a graphical change where you can see it immediately. No penetration. Well, that was rough, but we survived. So now we need to rest for a day. Well, let's just get them fully healed. And then we'll go to that shop. Buy a little more. Hey, old man, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Says thanks for the gift sub to Ham. Duncan says I can't wait for the Cooking with Jimmy stream tomorrow. Jimmy says, I think you should just change the color of their shoes. No one who's evil could possibly wear magenta shoes, for example. Ham says, DFortae is getting gold. Can't keep up with the chat anymore. And Danza says, yeah, I was thinking of coding. LOL, it's a pain. Now, I've coded my whole life. It's like, for me, it's just a tedious task. I can code anything, so it's just, I wish I could just take what's in my head and just have it do it immediately, because I know exactly what to do. It's just time, it's just the time spent on it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have to leave and then come back. If I leave the town. I think his shop opens then, maybe. Oh, no, we got to finish. We got to finish these rooms. Okay. A symbol blazes beneath your feet. Ouch. The dark mage is reclining in a chair here. He gives a small chuckle. I am so glad you found my welcome mat. What is happening within the mines and the glacier is none of your concern. Know that I am Marcus of the Inner Circle, and your lives are in my hands. Hide away in this little town, and I may not crush you. For now, take these pets as a sign of my affection. Monsters suddenly appear around Marcus, then advance on you. He laughs again and disappears. Oh boy. Oh boy. I didn't expect Medusa. Duncan and Ham turn to stone. Okay. I do not have shields. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Good news is they don't lose Constitution. If they make their saving throw, their, what's it called? System shock coming back. Oh, displacer cloak save. I bite. Fear, charm, sicken, or nap. Let's try charm. Uninfluenced. Cody says, I kind of want to get a Commodore 64. Dan said all I had coded was Commodore 64 with QBasic. Jimmy says he doesn't have shields, chat. No, I don't have mirrors. I really did forget that there's Medusa here. Okay, we got him. Can't use any of that stuff. A boulder +1. You know what? We can use a fire giant sword, I think, with 20 strength. Let me see. Wrong size. No, we need to be enlarged to the right size, and then we could use it. It would do some massive damage. Does he have expansion? He does have expansion. We may have to play with that. Here we go. We have found Marcus's stash of items. Yes. Okay, now we can buy stuff at half price. But we need to get our characters raised here. Project image and cloud burst. Okay, here we go. Stone to flesh. Duncan's cured. Tom's cured. Okay, good. They survived. My chance of beating this game with this party is extremely low. Just an FYI. But we're going to do our best. Oh, I know. Duncan says massive damage, but no good when you meet iron golems. Yeah, I think I only have 1 or 2 plus 3. I know for sure I have 2. I might have 3 plus 3 weapons. The Frostbrand, and then I have a regular longsword plus 3. I thought maybe I had one more of something. Yeah, the stonecutter. The sword plus 3 stonecutter. So we got 3 plus 3 weapons. But you can't backstab anything that's tall. Anything that's 2 icons in size. Or 2 squares. You can just hit from behind, which that doesn't help much. See, I don't know how in the world we could kill iron golems. We do have that wand of lightning. I really need this lightning bolts. We need to save that for the iron golems. So there's one longsword plus 3. Duncan has the longsword plus 3 Frostbrand. Saz does not have a plus 3. Mr. Spock, I thought he was the one that had the... Yeah, he has the stone cutting. That's a plus 2. Let's speed up these messages again. You love the maiden's hair? So 80s it really is, Danza. Illusionist scroll. Gaze reflection and continual light. Druid scroll can't use. Mass charm and Raven Peeblement. That's nice. It's a bow stick plus 2. Can't use it. Druid scroll can't use. Hand axe plus 2. That would have been nice. Can't use. Light crossbow plus 1. The boulder plus 1 we can sell. 3 vials. What are these? Poison. So. Duncan says the Legionnaire and Dread Guards all have plus 3 weapons you'll need. Yeah, that would help. Okay, I think that's all we got. I'm gonna sell this. I do have mirrors here. Stone of Good Luck. Why did I not have that equipped? It's because he got reincarnated. Okay. I'm gonna sell these wands. The ones that I found in a battle are worth. This wand of ice storm's 89 gold pieces. That means it's only probably got one charge left in it. $600 gold, 2 spells. It's got to be garbage. Illusionist scroll. Let's see what it is. Hypnotic pattern and phantom wind. Phantom wind would actually be really good. It would have been good in Champions of Kryn with all the stinking clouds. With all the Bozaks. We could have caused their stinking cloud to go toward them. That would have been great. Let's go ahead and buy some of these in case I do need to pull that strat. Everybody has one. Don't want that. 3 spells, 2,400. Okay, let's see what it is. Wall of Ice, Pyrotechnics, and Knock. I like Wall of Ice. Everybody's got a Wall of Ice. 3 spells, 5,700. Okay. Those have to be high level. Anti-magic shell. Flesh to stone. The instant summons. No big deal. That summons items. Cody says, DFortae, let's all get Commodores and then we can move Discord to a BBS. You can do that with PCs. DOS. Yeah, I actually owned a BBS when I was in high school. I had one. My parents got me a separate phone line. And, well, it was me and my brothers. We both shared it. And I've told this story before, but I could only turn it on when I would get home from school. So I would try to turn it on and he would pick up the phone and it would interrupt it, of course. And he'd always get mad because he'd hear the screeching in it, when someone was on. Those were fun days. Danza says his dad worked for Underwriters Laboratory. So he grew up with the Lion Commodore 64. That was your Amiga days, Ham? Cody says he's jealous. He's about as old as MIRC. Okay, so anti-magic is actually fantastic. We're going to buy those. Each person's going to have one. If I know there's a really dangerous battle coming up, we're going to use that. And then no magic's going to work on us. And actually, with our Thaco being as good as it is, Flesh to Stone could be good too. Okay, cool. In case you're wondering, I do randomly generate the scrolls in the games. There's a chance for them to get swapped out, and that's what's happening here. That's why these are different. Rary's Mnemonic Enhancer, Reincarnation, and Energy Drain. We got more Reincarnation, guys. Oh, we're so buying more of these. Everybody's got a Reincarnation. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's make sure everybody's movement's okay. Yep, looks good. All right, time to go kill the dragons in here. Who has fire resistance? Mr. Spock and Tim. Mystic has invisibility, but dragons can generally see invisible. Resist cold's not going to do a darn thing. I don't really have any way to deal with this except unequipped weapons, so that we might be faster than them. Small red dragons attack. Duncan can just punch it. He missed. Okay. Subadult red dragons attack. Oh, those are. Oh, must have pulled in the larger icons. Ah, okay. I need to rename these. It thinks they're ancient, but they're not. Their stats are still the subadult. It's just drawing the wrong icon. Let's see here. Subadult red dragon. Okay. Let's move over here. I think I'm actually going to do the Wand of Illumination. I don't see a wand. Okay, dancing lights, continual light, sunburst. So we could blind one. It's going to have a really good saving throw, though. I'm going to do dancing light. Hopefully it'll act as a distraction. Yeah, he's going for the image. Perfect. They could do 44 damage. Yeah, they do the amount of hit points that they currently have, and they have 44, so they could do 44 damage to one person if they fail their saving throw. Fleas and panic, alright. Now it's going to be the real dragons, the ancient ones. Unequip again. These are the scary ones that can do like 70 damage to a character with one breath attack. I want to test out the trying to equip the fire giant sword. Let me see if it'll work. Let me remove my equipment first. Okay. Strength of 24. There we go. Look at that damage now with Mr. Spock. 5d6 plus 12 with that fire giant sword. He's become a giant. This is going to be crazy. Of course, his armor class sucks because he can't wear anything, but that's okay. That's a trade-off. Yeah, it's their full hit points, but it's their current hit points. It's not their max. So if you damage them, their breath attack will do less damage. There's only one? Okay. Yeah, he could do 88 damage. Who is this? This is Tim. Armor class -1. Yeah, let's use the wand. Breathes. Ooh, resist fire and saved. We resisted fire and did the saving throw. So his damage sucked. He could have done 53. Let's delay so we get the big guy in here. Mr. Spock with his fire giant sword. 28 damage. Oh, that's so great. Anybody will know. Bracer's Potion Longbow. That is a crazy amount of damage. Tremendous reptile lies dead at your feet. Okay. No, I'm not giving it gems. Yeah, and Saz is regenerating. Oh, it's because he's an Ogre Magi. That's right. Ogre Magi's have ridiculous fast regen rates. It's fantastic. I think it's 1 hit point a round. Let me look. Yes, 1 hit point per minute. Every round, 1 hit point. That's the power of reincarnation if you get lucky like we did. All right, Mr. Spock, we need to re-equip. Okay. Dan says he must eat a lot of sandwich to do such damage. Oh, sandwich to do the damage. Says as long as it isn't the famous blueberry pie, I'm missing it. I don't know what you mean. Longbow +2. So the taller guys can use this. Duncan can't because he's halfling. So Ham can use it. Nice. No, we're not selling that. I think that's it. Okay. Limited Wish and Otto's Irresistible Dance. Nice. buy a few of these till we're broke. And a wand of fire that we can't use. That's too bad. Wand of fire is amazing. Okay, we're pretty much broke now. Tom says it is a reference to RuneScape, Dreamlight Valley, 7 Days to Die, and Legend of Grimrock. Okay. Inside joke, huh? All right, back to the headquarters. So this is Duncan. He has a better weapon, I think. Yeah, Frostbrand. Scroll. Nice. Tim says, oh, I like that wand of fire. Yeah, that's a rare random generated item there. Cody says, I can imagine DFortae with a secret RuneScape account he didn't tell us about. I actually used to play RuneScape ages ago when it would have been 1999, 2000, somewhere around there. It was when it was all Java in the web browser. But I don't remember anything about a blueberry pie. I know you'd craft all kinds of items in there, including pizza stuff, but I don't get the blueberry pie reference. Sundog says, nice AC lineup. Not a single number above 0 at this stage. You need it though. Yeah, it's actually pretty poor because bracers are basically considered unarmored from anti-penetration perspective here. So you can see if an enemy's using a longsword, they're getting +2 to hit against unarmored. So that's not good. Because that's the best we have is bracers. Which is one of the reasons why you see us getting hit all the time. The clerk from the Black Circle headquarters. Rescue. Ooh, he just tried to charm. Thank goodness that didn't work. Yeah, Ring of Protection stacking would be way too overpowered. Says a blueberry pie is one of the items required to complete Killy's knowledge. Upgraded Death Warden robe armor, tier 90. Yeah, I knew nothing about that. I don't know if that stuff was implemented when I played. I'm assuming that was something much later. Infinity Protection Gauntlet, yeah. Okay, how am I going to hit this guy? We're going to use our crossbow. Thaco of -1. You see something here. Okay, so we can't go around that way. Mr. Spock's a human. Duncan's a halfling. I think we can fit there. We'd take hits from behind, though. I don't like that. We'll use the wand of lightning bolts here. Somehow it just went right through them. They must have a minor globe of invulnerability on. The wand can't reach from here. All right, let's just do Cone of Cold. Okay, now Saz can hit them. If they have minor globe, Ice Storm can still work. But he doesn't have it. Ooh, that one had stone skin. Okay, we got one going. Let's see if we can hit him. He had stone skin too. Luckily we dual wielded, so our second hit hit him. Ah, he did Stinking Cloud. Ah, okay. We're going to do Phantom Wind here. That guy just got Phantom Winded with the Stinking Cloud. Now that we hit him, he's facing northeast, so I should be able to back out this way. Have him go down here. Now we can backstab. Okay. Success. Oh, hey. Hey, Mark of the Dragon. Welcome in. How are you doing? Jimmy says, what a scam. I must have missed it. Was the scam the stinking cloud? Danza said I had read a fantasy book a long time ago. Described a person who only had magic through items called a gimmick mage. Too bad it isn't a class. Mark says, pretty common archetype. I actually use it as a rogue with tricks like potions, single-use items. Oh yeah, the scam is not a Bozak. Yeah, but the Phantom Wind there saved us because it caused that one to become choked, so he didn't get attack. All right. Tom says, oh no, not Stinging Cloud. That's our weapon. Yeah, it's super dangerous. Mark says, I do it all the time, Pathfinder, first edition. Rogues in that system can activate any scroll, wand, or magic item they find, regardless of requirements, once you get high enough to do it reliably. Dan says, yes, I say it's thief mischief. They want to cause trouble and get bored, so they just activate stuff. Cody says, I recently found out that karma stat in the RPG I'm playing is not a measurement of your character's morals, but more a resource you can spend to steal items. It's a design choice. Sundog says, gust of wind for those stinking clouds. Not sure when that spell was implemented, though. I didn't have gust of wind. I had phantom wind. But yeah, I've implemented both of them. I just, on these scrolls, I had phantom wind, which is an illusionist spell. Mark says, seen a whole lot of changes. Secret of Silver Blade. Are these your own additions? Oh yeah. Yep. I've implemented hundreds of spells, all the classes and races, and all the possible first edition. Many new enemies, all kinds of stuff. Way more options for a player. I'm not sure why she was here. Jimmy says, a tremendous undertaking remastering these games. It's dizzying. Jimmy, Duncan says, Jimmy. Gnome Jimmy Peltzer, except for the gnomes. Gnomes actually are better than what people think. Do I have any more gnomes, or did they all get converted? Yeah, they all got converted when I reincarnated, but they have... Halflings have it too, if they have high enough con. Right here. +3 saving throw versus spell, rod, staff, and wand, and poison. And that's with the constitution the way it is. If you have high con, let me see if I have a human halfling. Yeah, he's got 18. +5. So that means they have a 25% chance, halflings, dwarves, and gnomes, to pass a saving throw on a spell. Let's think about that, 25% chance. That's huge. And against poison too. The halflings and the dwarves. So they're a lot better than what people think, especially now that you can fit multiples onto tile. You can sneak them around a lot more and stuff. Get a lot more attack out of them. In SSIs, they suck. But the remasters, they're good. Okay, well, we made it back to the well. Mark says, are these available, accessible anywhere in current form? One of my buddies is utterly obsessed with Psionics and never played the Gold Box games. Yes, I've released 5 of the Gold Box games. I'm working on the 6th one now, which is Death Knights of Kryn. Yes, I've implemented all the psionics. You can see here I have several psionics. I made these Thieves psionic on purpose. So he has body weaponry expansion. This one has levitation and probability travel. This one has reduction. Another body weaponry expansion. And Saz don't have any usable ones here, but some of them might be passive. Yeah, he has animal telepathy, invisibility, and sensitivity to psychic impressions. And then Ham has body equilibrium and mind over body. But it is hard to roll psionics. You have to be human, halfling, or dwarf. And you have to keep re-rolling to get them. I didn't make it where you can modify and cheat psionics in because it's supposed to be very rare. But a psionic isn't a class, for those that don't know. Any class can be a psionic. And some of the psionic abilities do different things depending on your class. Like the body weaponry psionic ability will have different levels depending on your class. Same with the healing one. I can't remember what it's called. Cell replacement, maybe? Clerics, if they have cell replacement, I think heal more than, let's say, a magic user or something. Sundog says Dark Sun has the psionics also. So yeah, if you want to download these, you need legit copies of the original games. You can get them on Steam, GOG, I recommend, or if you had them for DOS or whatever. And all that, when you download my remaster and run, it just checks to make sure you have that. And then it'll be running my game. It doesn't actually run any of the old code at all. It's just to make sure that you're not stealing. So download them off my Discord channel. Cody says, any chance we get a dungeon hack remaster in the future? I don't think so, Cody. I've never played that game. And Danza says Final Fantasy II, 4 in Japan, just came out. Mark says, yeah, I have all of them from GOG from ages ago. Probably one of the first game series I got from there. Yeah. Yep. All right. And I'll show, I'm getting ready to stop, but I will show, for those that aren't familiar, all the new classes. And you create a character. So monk, druid, assassin, illusionist, barbarian, cavalier, bard, acrobat. All those are new. If you enable Dragonlance races and classes, which I'm going to do right now, you can actually play them in the Forgotten Realms as well. So you've got Kender, the 4 elves, which I think SSI only implemented 2 of these. Then you got Hilldorf, Moundorf, Gullydorf. SSI did not implement Gully, Erda, or Kryn Minotaur, or Tinkers. So all those are brand new. And then with the Dragonlance classes enabled as well, you got the 3 robed wizard types, white, black, and red of high sorcery. And then for clerics, you have good, neutral, evil of the Holy Order. And then for knights, there's crown, sword, and rose. So you have all those choices. So the existing classes that were in SSI were these here. 6. But many new things, like if I pick a fighter, for example, I've put in weapon proficiencies. So you can pick those, and all these are applied. The double specialist and single specialist was included for fighters and rangers. And then paladins and cavaliers have something called weapon of choice. You can see here, he's a gnome, and I eliminated level cap, but you get a penalty. So any experience you get past the level cap will cut it in half. So trying to get to level 9 is going to take this guy twice as long as like a human, for example. Yeah, glad you could drop in, Danza. Duncan says, I can't wait for the next Kryn party. Gnome Jimmy Tinker tries to activate his invention, but fails. Blind Jimmy Upak borrowed some of the ores and sold them for snacks. The racial class level, yeah. So it is, but it's a penalty. It's not a hard cut. And I've made it in all the games. Every single game you can go to level 30. So even Pool of Radiance. But what I'll do here, just to show you how ridiculous the number of spells are now, I'm going to change the default experience here. So that we can create a magic user and pick our spells. Magic users have a scary number of spells. Let's just make a human. Choose your own spells. Yep. Ah, Sonic. Okay, so here's all the first level. But you can see a few new ones here. Erase. Identify. Light. Dancing lights. That's new. And here's all the second level. So Scare's new. Pyrotechnics is new. Levitate. Darkness, 15-foot radius, continual light, cloudburst. Those are new. Third level, we have Suggestion, Monster Summoning 1, Gust of Wind. Those are new. Fourth level, so much it scrolls off the page. So the new ones that SSI never had were Wall of Ice, Wall of Fire, Stone. I think they might have had Stone Skin. I can't remember. Rary's Pneumonic Enhancer, Plant Growth, Monster Summoning 2, Leomund's Secure Shelter, Extension 1. So those are all new. And then 5th level, Pass Wall, Monster Summoning 3, Extension 2, Conjure Elemental, Animate Dead, Animal Growth. Those are all new. Sixth level. Whole bunch of new ones here. Repulsion, Reincarnation, Project Image, Odalux, Freezing Sphere, Monster Summoning 4, Invisible Stalker, Eye Bite, Extension 3, Enchanted Item, Anti-Magic Shell. All those are new. 7th level. Reverse Gravity, Monster Summoning 5, Limited Wish, Force Cage, Duo Dimension, Dramages, Instant Summons, Charm Plants, Bigsby's, Grasping Hand. Those are all new. And then 8th level, Certain Spell Immunity, Permanency, Monster Summoning 6, Maze, Incendiary Cloud, and Bigsby's Clenched Fist. Those are new. And finally, we have level 9s. Jimmy says the invention wasn't going to work anyway. The gnome wasn't shopping at Jimmy's House of Loaded Dice. Danza says he went to Ricky's House of Loaded Dice by mistake. Cody says, does Levitate work the same way as in Wizardry? It's more enhanced than the Wizardry one. It can be used in a battle where you'll float up above the enemy and they can't reach you. And I do consider a Z dimension, so I consider 3 dimensions on the battlefield. So the height in which you float, depending on if you're in a dungeon and you're hitting a ceiling, will limit how high you can go. But yeah, it'll protect you from like pits while you're adventuring and things. So 9th level, the new ones, Wish, Prismatic Sphere, no, that already existed. Imprisonment, Freedom, Crystal Brittle, and Bigby's Crushing Hand. Those are all new. But the most work, let me just learn a bunch of spells here. Every illusionist spell is new. And most druid spells are new. So you can see here for yourself all these illusionist spells. Because they never had illusionists in the game. So here's all these 2nd level ones. Blindness, Blur, Deafness, Fascinate, Fog Cloud, Hypnotic Pattern, Improved Phantasmal Force. 3rd level, Spectral Force, Suggestion. Here's the Phantom. Phantom Wind, Phantom Steed, Paralyzation, Continual Darkness, Continual Light, Wraith Form. 4th level, Spell Exhaustion, Emotion, Improved Invisibility, Phantasmal Killer, Shadow Monster, Solid Fog. 5th level, Chaos, Demi-Shadow Monsters, Maze, Projected Image, Shadow Door, Shadow Magic, Summon Shadow, Tempest Fugit. 6th level, we have Veil, True Sight, Shades, Mass Suggestion, Demi-Shadow Magic, Death Fog, Conjure Animals. And then 7th level, we have Weird, Prismatic Wall, Prismatic Spray, and Alter Reality. Illusionists only go up to 7th level spells. The cool thing is gnomes can be illusionist fighters. an illusionist thieves. There's some really, really good capability with that. Duncan says Jimmy wants you to add improved burning hands. And Jimmy says it needs the sound effect for Eye of the Beholder. I did improve burning hands. It goes out in a fan now. And since you have multiple tiles stacking, you can actually hit like maybe 9 with burning hands. Yeah, and druids. I've added a bunch of cleric spells too. You won't be able to see these though until I go out into the game. This is the druid. And then cleric. Add from secret. Since they get all their spells, we have to start the game to get them. He gave us kegs and stuff because I have item treasure experience turned on. Oh, that's hilarious. Supreme's like, hey, here's a keg of ale. Here's a wooden harp. What about a polished amber necklace and a painting? That's really funny. No Tasha's uncontrollable hideous laughter. I don't think that spell exists in first edition, Danza. Okay, so druids. Let's start at the top. Transmute metal to wood, sunray, reincarnate, firestorm, fire quench, finger death, creeping doom, conjure earth elemental, confusion, animate rock. 6th level, wall of thorns, fire seeds, feeble mind, cure critical, conjure fire elemental, anti-animal shell, animal summoning. Some of these are similar to like magic user and cleric spells. Wall of fire. The druid version's better than the magic user. Sticks to snakes is like the cleric. Speak with plants. Pass plant. Insect plague. Anti-plant shell. And then animal related stuff here. Spike growth. Snakes to sticks. Repel insects. Protection from lightning. Produce fire. You can see so many of these are new that SSI never implemented. Hallucinatory forest, that's a fun one. Summon insects. Oh, there's just so many. Call lightning. And then the cleric. Unholy word, symbol, resurrection, restoration, regenerate. Well, some of these, okay, I'll read the new ones that SSI never did. Unholy word, symbol, regenerate, holy word, earthquake. Speak with monsters, lose the path, hero's feast, find the path, conjure animals, animate object. True scene, plane shift, insect plague, spike growth, spell immunity, speak with plants, snakes to sticks, imbue with spell ability, cloak of fear, cloak of bravery. A necromancer is a title in first edition, Danza. It's not a class. If you look at the magic users, once they get to level, I don't know, 11 or 12, somewhere around there, they're called a necromancer. Mark says, I mean, after the guy summoned us buck naked across the realms to wake up on a frozen glacier, he better be offering me a full keg of ale. Yeah, really. Earthquake and Typhoon were the greatest WWF tag team. Danza says. Okay, remove paralysis. Negative plane protection. Flame walk. Death store. Continual light. Cloud burst. Cause paralysis. Animate Dead existed in Pool of Radiance, but that was the only game they put it in. And then Withdraw. That's new. Aid, Chant. Speak with Animals. Remove Fear. Precipitation. Magic Stone. Light. Detect Evil. Command. Cause Fear. So those are all the new spells. Not to mention all the items I made that have spells in them. There's all kinds of unique items that have special spells. And then the Tinker Gnome. They have like, I don't know. I think I implemented 10 to 12 Tinker items they can make, craft. And those are their own spells. So yeah. Hopefully that'll give people all kinds of tactics they can use playing these. Mark says, I used to run a D&D 5th edition Pathfinder homebrew using Secret as the backdrop. Never ceases to amaze me how obsessed every player always gets with Marcus. Danza says the NES version of Pool Radiance had sweep. Yeah, these do too. That was in all the Gold Box games had the sweep on all platforms. Mark says, and how boring exploring the ruins can get if it's not all about combat. Yes. True, true. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Let's see if there's someone we can raid. Yeah, my pleasure, huh? If you're into a raid, I will send you over. Send you to Jeff. What's he playing here? Icebreaker. Okay. Jeffertainment. He's a retro streamer as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.